Good evening, everyone. I'm sorry, I guess you cannot see me. I'm Mariana Lozada. Represent Sciences Po here in Singapore. So you will go through the slides and you will hear my voice, but unfortunately we cannot meet. Maybe later during the Zoom meeting that will be easier, but we had a bunch of technical glitches this evening. Anyway, I'm going to present Sciences Po, both the undergraduate and graduate programs, and I will focus on programs that are dedicated for international students because I presented Sciences Po to the students of the French International School this Monday. Anyway, we'll have some time to discuss during the Zoom afterwards. So for those who are not familiar with Sciences Po is a well-established institution in France. It was founded almost 150 years ago. It's very well known for politics and international studies. It's ranked number 2 in the world. We offer a Bachelor of Arts, a lot of master's programs, PhD programs, and a lot of dual degree programs, both at the bachelor level and the master's level. It's a very international institution. We have over 150 nationalities. 49% of our students come from outside of France, and we have 478 partner universities. I will give an overview of undergraduate studies. So Sciences Po's bachelor degree is an interdisciplinary program that includes economics, humanities, history, law, political science, and sociology. It's a 3-year program in which the first 2 years are in France and the third year is mandatory abroad. As I said, it's an interdisciplinary program in which you won't be able to really specialize on a discipline, but we do offer different majors. So we offer 3 majors: economy and society, political humanities, politics, and government. And all these programs offer, of course, an academic training, but also a civic engagement program that is mandatory and that you will have to do throughout the 3 years, international exposure with the third year abroad, and a lot of extracurricular activities. So basically, the idea of Sciences Po is to attract students who are interested in world affairs, who would like to understand the dynamics of contemporary societies, who want to be change makers, and who are very engaged. As I said, the third year is mandatory abroad, and you will have the chance to spend a full year in one of our 478 partner universities. We have partnerships with top institutions all around the world, and you will receive guidance to decide the university you will apply to for your third year. We also have dual bachelor degrees. We have 9 in total, with UBC in Canada, 2 in the US with Columbia and Berkeley, 1 in the UK with UCL, Freie Universität in Berlin, Germany, and some in Asia with KU, Hong Kong U, and NUS, and also with the University of Sydney. These programs are all 4 years instead of 3. The first 2 years take place at Sciences Po, and the third and fourth year at the partner university. And each of these programs have their own entry requirements, different majors, and different fees, depending on the second university. We also have some dual degree with French institutions, but these are only open to students who are studying in the French system. And I spoke about these programs when I did the presentation at the French school. So if any of you are interested, I will I will go into detail during the Zoom meeting. We have 7 multicultural campuses in France. Each of those campuses, I mean, they all offer the same curriculum, but we do have regional specializations. So we have the Europe-Asia program in Le Havre. We have the Euro-Latin American program in Poitiers, Europe-North America program and Europe-Africa program in Reims, the Franco-German program in Nancy, the Central and Eastern Europe program in Dijon, and the Middle Eastern and Mediterranean program in Menton. We have among these programs, 3 are fully English speaking. Those are the program Europe-Asia, Europe-North America, and Europe and the Middle East and the Mediterranean in Menton. So you have an overview of the campuses. As I said, the curriculum is the same, but what it changes is that you have a focus on the region if you wish to specialize on that region. The nationalities that are part of the campus, because it doesn't, you're not obliged to apply to the Europe-Asia program if you come from Asia. It really depends on what you're interested in, but there is a tendency of having more students coming from Asia Pacific in Le Havre. So because they want to specialize in this region and also learn the languages that are from the region. And that happens, of course, with the other programs on other campuses. So Le Havre is open to the dual degrees with the American universities and the Asian universities, Asia Pacific. Our campus in Reims is our largest campus. Le Havre, we have 450 students. In Reims, we have 1,700 students, 85 nationalities, and 70% of them are international. So is the Europe-North America program, and we also offer the dual degrees with the American institutions and the Asian institutions. Menton is the Middle East and the Mediterranean program, also fully taught in English, but you have also a French track if you wish to study in French. It's a medium-sized campus with 440 students, 23 nationalities, and 45% of them are international. So they also offer the same dual degrees that we have in the other campuses, plus the dual degree with UCL in the UK. And you can learn the languages of the region: Arabic, Turkish, Hebrew, Italian, and also Spanish. In Reims, we also have the Europe-Africa program, but this is a French, I mean, you need to speak French in order to apply to this program. We also have the program in Dijon, that is also a French-speaking program, Central and Eastern Europe. And the Paris campus is our general program, which is mainly for students who are French, native French speakers, or who have been in the French system. We do have international students, but those students actually are students coming from partner universities. It's very rare that we have a large concentration of international students coming from other system than the French system in the Paris campus. It's our largest campus because we also have students coming from France, from all over France, and is open only to the UCL double degree, and also, of course, to the dual degrees that are together with the French universities. Nancy is the Franco-German concentration, and you need to speak a little bit of German and, of course, French. And Poitiers is the Latin America program, and is a program in French, and also Spanish or Portuguese are required. So I will give some information about the new Sciences Po undergraduate admissions procedure because it has just changed. So this is the first year that we are going through this procedure. Is actually composed of has four components. So the first one is the marks that you obtain in your high school diploma. Second is your academic record and the marks that you obtained during the last 3 years of secondary school. Then three essays, and then an interview. And each of these components will be marked out of 20 points. Everyone is going through the same procedure. So what the evaluation of, well, the grades obtained is basically if you're, passing the IB or at the A levels, they will look at the grades that you obtain for the final exam. Then your performance and progress throughout the 3 years. So they will look at your transcript from the last 3 years of education and also the comments of your teachers. If you are not coming from the French system, your teachers will need to submit a letter of recommendation for you. If you are in the French system, then they will use what we call the fiche à venir. I also mentioned that you have to write 3 essays. Basically, actually 2 motivation statements and 1 essay. So the first motivation statement is about your background, who you are, your activities, your areas of interest. You basically need to explain who you are and what are you able to bring to Sciences Po. Is really a qualitative personal statement in which, of course, you probably do a lot of activities or maybe you don't, but it has to explain why you are a good candidate. What are your values, your talents? What are you able to bring to the school, and what makes you a unique candidate? The second paper that you have to write is your motivation for applying. So that means that you know Sciences Po really well, that you've done your research and you know about the different programs, and you are able to explain why you're choosing a specific program or what, of course, why you're choosing the school, maybe compared to other schools that offer the same sort of education. And the third written piece is actually, that's really an essay, and you have to choose one of the 5 subjects that will be offered or proposed by Sciences Po when the admissions are open at the end of November. You pick one and then you write an essay. So the first 2 are really motivation statements and the third is an essay. The interview. So before, for those who knew Sciences Po, you knew that we have an interview, and that interview was a little bit particular because you have to present a newspaper article that was given to you at the moment of the interview. Now this has changed. It's not a newspaper article anymore. You have to first of all introduce yourself in a few minutes. Then you will be given 2 images. It could be really anything, a photo, a picture, any type of image, and you have to pick one and you have to comment that image. And then at the end is really an open discussion with the committee, who would be fully online. We won't have face-to-face interviews anymore, and they will probably ask you about yourself, about your motivation for Sciences Po. They want to know what your plans for the future and so on. So how all these elements will be assessed? All of them have a mark of 20, and every single component of this process will be assessed by a different evaluator. So basically, if on the first stage, if you get the point that is needed to be admitted for the interview, so that point is of course out of 60, but we still don't know what the grade is that will be published when the admissions open at the end of November. So you have to reach that mark. So either with your grades from the last 3 years or the exam, or with your written pieces. If you reach the grade that allows you to go to the oral exam, then you go to the interview, and that interview will also be graded out of 20. And if you all of those elements give you a certain grade that will be also published when we open the admissions, then you are admitted to Sciences Po. So actually you need to reach a first grade to pass to be admitted for the interview. But once you are admitted for the interview, if the interview doesn't go well, but if the other grades that you had were really good, you still have chances of being admitted to Sciences Po. So the idea is to have a diversity before the interview. Even though you had an excellent application online and then the interview didn't go well, you were not admitted. This has changed. So now you have your chances, no matter whether you feel comfortable or not during the interview. So for the French students, I will just recall this because I mentioned this on the other presentation. You have to apply through the Parcoursup platform. For the students coming from another high school system, you should still apply through Sciences Po's platform. So the application process and calendar, as I said, the admissions will open at the end of November, and the final date for submission will be 25th of April 2021, and we will have 5 different committees. So we will still work on a rolling admission system in which, depending on when you apply, you will have a response. So for those who are expecting, to have an early offer because you have other universities in the US or Netherlands and so on, and you need to have a response from Sciences Po if it's your first choice early, I encourage you to apply early. In terms of tuition fees, we have, these are the fees for the flat fee for students who are not paying taxes within the EU, so it's 10,700 euros per year. And we do offer scholarships, and we have actually 33% of all Sciences Po students receive some sort of scholarship in 2018. You can go to our website and find that information. For those who are interested, we also have the summer school, either the pre-college program for students who are still in high school, and the university program for those who are already in university or who will be attending university next year. Again, you have all the information about the summer school in our website. I will now talk a little bit about graduate studies. At Sciences Po, we have 7 graduate schools: the School of Management and Innovation, the School of Public Affairs, the Doctoral School, the Law School, the School of Journalism, the Urban School, and the Paris School of International Affairs. Each of these schools offers a very large variety of programs, either single master programs or dual master's programs. They all take place in Paris. We have about 7,000 masters and PhD students in Paris. And these are the sectors in which our graduates work when they finish their degree. So you can see that it's very diverse. It can be, the international organization, public administration, consulting, the press, business, urban planning, technology, energy, and so on. Most of them start their career the European Union, but we have every year more and more of our graduates that work anywhere in the world, 13% in Asia and the Pacific, 18% in Africa and the Middle East, 11% in North America, and 4% in South America. And of course, this is changing because every year we have more and more international students. So very briefly, an overview of our schools. So this is the School of Public Affairs that offers degrees in public policy and European affairs with different policy streams. And we offer a lot of dual degrees with international universities. We have this School of International Affairs that is very well known and the one that is the most international. We offer different master's degrees like international security, human rights and humanitarian action, international energy, and so on, and a lot of dual degrees too. We have the School of Management and Innovation. So you find degrees like communication, media, and creative industry, finance, marketing, human resources. Also, some dual degrees with international and French universities. We have the School of Law. So that offers 3 master degrees and different specialization, and we also have some dual degrees with well, not dual degrees, but we prepare students to get into French schools and continue in the legal sector. Then we have the Urban School that offers 2 programs in English, governing the large metropolis and governing ecological transitions in European cities, and it offers degrees with LSE, Colegio de Mexico, and Bocconi, and some French institutions. Then we have the doctoral schools that offers opportunities for students interested in research and continuing a dual in a PhD, and the School of Journalism that offers 1 program in English with a joint master in journalism and international affairs. Then we also have some programs that are a 1-year master program instead of 2. So you can find all the information on the website. The tuition fee for these programs, because it's only 1 year, is a little bit higher than the tuition fee for the 2-year program is 22,000 instead of 14,000. You apply on Sciences Po's website on our platform, and it's the same procedure whether you're French or if you're coming from outside of France. So these are the fees: 14,700 per year for a 2-year master program. Sciences Po offers a lot of services for the students. We have services. We don't have housing on campus, but we help the students to find accommodation, whether they are in Paris or in any of the campuses for the undergraduate programs. We have financial aid. We help the international students getting their residence permit. And of course, we have a lot of services for students with disabilities. Sciences Po is a very vibrant place in which you will have a lot of conferences, except this year that we didn't have many face-to-face conferences, but we still have a lot of conference online. So every time a head of state or high-level personality comes to France, most of the time they give a speech at Sciences Po. A lot of student associations, events. So very, very, very vibrant student life. a large alumni network. We have an alumni association here in Singapore, but we have alumni associations all over the world. These are some of our alumni, head of states, head of international organizations, but also people working in finance, business, academia, journalism, and so on. I'm based here. If you click on the QR, if you take a photo of that QR code, you will have access to the brochure in which you have all the information that I just mentioned, and also it's all on our website. This is my email address. I'm here, so you can contact me anytime on the same time zone. And I hope that I'll see some of you right now, right after this presentation in a few minutes on the Zoom call. So thank you very much for your attention and looking forward to speaking with some of you. Thank you.